Now, from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go now, heading right on into our Tuesday evening. And I tell you what, we are just 2 days away now from Thanksgiving. Of course, a lot of folks trying to do some last-minute errands, maybe family or friends coming into town, or, well, maybe even you have to do some traveling over the next 2 days. I've been looking over the latest weather charts very carefully. I'm going to get you caught up on that all-important forecast here over the next few minutes and as we go through the hour as well. But I'm also going to update you on our Tuesday evening forecast, because I tell you what, it's looking pretty chilly. It's been pretty cloudy out there this afternoon, generally cloudy. The cloud cover does begin to break up as we go through the evening, really setting us up for a pretty cold night. The winds coming down from where they were earlier today, but again, you can see even as we go through the evening, there may still be a few wind gusts in excess of 15 miles per hour, right? So that's going to put a bit of an edge on the temperatures. Again, the winter jacket, the winter coat will definitely feel good as we go through the evening. Now, speaking of winds, these were your peak wind gusts around the area. And in fact, across the runway at DFW, that is a peak wind gust earlier today of 37 miles per hour. In fact, even Corsicana down in Navarro County, peak wind gust of 34 miles per hour. So the winds coming down from the peak that we saw again earlier today. And again, you can see as we go through the evening, even overnight, the winds dramatically come down as we go through tomorrow, Wednesday. Not that it's going to be as breezy as today, but there will be a bit of a breeze. Winds may be gusting 15 or maybe right around 20. And then I tell you what, the wind's really looking light as we get into Thanksgiving. So a bit of a wind chill factor, at least early this evening and for part of the day tomorrow. But again, compared to where we were earlier today, yeah, wind's definitely not a big deal as we go over the next couple of days. Now, these were your daytime highs. And believe it or not, here at DFW, locally in the Metroplex, we did squeeze out a 60, even though it really felt like it was a pretty chilly day out there. Most locations around North Texas, mid-upper 50s generally. DFW, like I mentioned, 60. Dallas Love, 61 was the daytime high. And our friends down in GP Grand Prairie, 59 was your daytime high, again, just a little bit earlier today. So the frontal boundary that again brought us the cooler weather today, and really the cooler weather of the next couple of days, the blue line right there, it continues to push off to the east. And again, all the active weather is ahead of that boundary. In fact, we've got a pretty decent line of severe weather from the Florida Panhandle all the way up through parts of Alabama and Georgia. Severe weather ongoing right now being reported in Atlanta. And again, you can see just this mess of activity, even pushing up into parts of the Northeast, and even eventually into parts of New England as well. So if you're traveling east this evening, tonight by air, there could be some slowdowns there. But again, behind the front, that's where the chillier weather is. And as it turns out, that's also where the calmer weather is. Simply put, there's really just not a lot going on behind the front. Of course, this time of year, you always want to know where your front's coming from, right? Is there Arctic air, Canadian air? Is it a continental front? What exactly is going on with the front, right? And in this situation, we've kind of got a little decent mix here of some Canadian air. So we're turning cooler. We saw it out there today. We'll see it tomorrow, even for Thanksgiving. But again, the real deal Arctic air, the really cold stuff, if you will, again, you can see all of that still bottled up well to the north. So as we go forward in time, really the only thing I'm going to be watching for tomorrow, Wednesday, even into Thanksgiving Thursday, it's this storm system. It's currently down across parts of Old Mexico. It's going to be spinning and moving through the Rio Grande Valley, the deep south of Texas, and even our coastal plains. It's going to be razor close to working its way a little bit further to the north, up into North Texas, but I think it stays to the south, and there will be some light showers down across that part of our area. But for us here in North Texas, I think we have some additional clouds on Thursday. But simply put, I think we stay dry. This is what I'm talking about. And again, you can see it's a near miss. You can see it's razor close. But again, I do think all that activity essentially, again, stays down to our south. So that system will move on out. And again, like I mentioned, really behind that, there's one more system for the following weekend that we're going to be watching. And you can see it coming in right there. And it may give us an opportunity of a few showers this upcoming weekend. Otherwise, overnight tonight, lows generally down into the 30s. So again, we'll call it a pretty cold overnight. And then we'll do high temperatures tomorrow, generally again in the 50s to right around 60. And then we'll do some more 30s to right around 40. That will be Wednesday night into Thanksgiving. And then as we talk about your Thanksgiving, some upper 50s, again, some lower 60s around the area. So going forward in time, lots of sun tomorrow. That's one thing you're going to like. You can see the temperatures moderating back into the 60s, and there's that opportunity of some showers around, mainly on Sunday, pretty light precipitation, and then more 50s the week after that.